3 dark secrets that all women hide from men. Now, before I get into the video, I want us to talk about manipulation a little bit. Now, are women manipulative? Of course they are. Are they manipulative by nature? Of course they are. Does this then make them bad people? Of course not. It doesn't. It just makes them women. Men need to understand deeply that women are creatures of thriving and surviving. What this means is, she looks at you, she might like you, she might care about you, she might love you, but she's extremely pragmatic with her dealings with you, in her dealings with you. This means that you have to, in a way, contribute to the survival and betterment of herself and her future kids. This could be by financial means. This could be by genetic means. This could be by submissive means. Submissive means it means that you are a guy who does her every bidding. Don't get it twisted, because women will get married to men who they don't really like, but they know that this man is going to be there every single time she needs something. She gets married for that reason as well. Not really love. So my point is, manipulation, right, in and of itself, doesn't make women bad people, right? It just means, and it shows you as a man, that you sadly enough, are most times going to be a means to an end. This video is sponsored by The Kes Shop, and I will explain to you later in the video why they are the best male clothing store you will come across in Nigeria. The first secret that all women hide from men is that the biggest form of manipulation that she has is the ability to make you fall head over heels in love with her. Is the ability to get you emotionally attached to her. Now, why is this a manipulative tactic? Feel free to love, feel free to like, feel free to cherish, feel free to take care of your woman, right? Your girl. But if you ever get to a point where you fall head over heels in love, right? There are too many dangers that come with this. One of them is you suddenly cannot make decisions the right way. What this means, and this is what a good number of women are counting on, right? I'll explain why this backfires on women later on in the video, but for now, that is actually what a lot of women are banking on. Getting you to a point where you are emotionally weak for them. Emotionally weak means, first of all, you want to see them happy 24/7. That's number one. And number two, whenever it is that they are mad at you, you don't know what to do with yourself. But the problem with this is, you cannot truly lead your relationship or your marriage, whatever, right? If you are head over heels in love with your woman. You cannot, right? Because here's the thing. We all know that a woman's emotions are very sporadic. Up and down, left and right. Today she feels this, tomorrow today she's saying, I don't like the fact that my man doesn't give me money. And when your man begins to give you money, she's like, does he think all I care about is money? He thinks I can't do without his money. You get, how do you please somebody like that? It's very simple. You don't try to please them. That's how you please somebody like that. If you are head over heels in love with your woman, you begin to try to fix day-to-day issues that she's having, day-to-day emotionally irritated issues that she's having. And the problem with this is, there is no end to that chase, to the journey that you just embarked on. There is no end. A man who likes his girl, or who loves his girl, is looking at the big picture in every encounter he has with her. He's looking at what will make this girl happy in the long run, right? A lot of those things might make her unhappy for a few days or a few weeks. A man who is head over heels in love with his girl cannot make that critical decision, because you can't bear to see her sad. You can't bear to see her unhappy with you, right? She shouted at you yesterday, or she said something that you didn't like. You can't take it. You want her to be happy by all means, at all costs. It literally, you lose the core masculinity that attracted her to you in the first place. And here is why it backfires on women. It backfires on women because that deep need, like I explained in the beginning, that women have to be in control, because women are survival creatures. Even submissiveness, right, is still a means to be in control. It is the best means, don't get it twisted, even though a lot of women in the modern day don't know that that's the best means. They try to almost challenge a man's masculinity, which is so stupid. But whatever. Even though that is the best way to do it, right, it is still a means of manipulation, a means of gaining power, right, a means of always getting what you want, most likely. The mistake they make with this is, most women, even when they get this said power they want, when the man is head over heels in love with them, when he kisses their feet and he does everything they want, she immediately begins to look at him as a slave. When I say a slave, I mean she doesn't look at him as the man of her dreams, if that makes any sense, right? It gets to a point where she's just going through the motions with the man, but she no love him. She doesn't get turned. You'd hear women say they withhold sex from their husbands because of postpartum depression, right? But those exact same women, if they were single mothers, would not withhold sex from their baby daddies. Make it make sense. The sexual attraction dies with time because, believe it or not, women are more emotionally stimulated than physically stimulated, right? We are more, as guys, physically stimulated than emotionally stimulated, which means we can stay in a relationship for extended periods of time. As long as our woman looks physically good, we are fine. But with the woman, right, once she gets to a point where she has conquered you here, you can't emotionally stimulate her again. Bro, she doesn't get wet anymore. You can be freaking The Rock physically, right? Have rock hard abs and, chest and delts. She still is not getting turned on by you because she has defeated you here. You're mentally and emotionally weak at that point. So that's how it backfires on women. It backfires on them because they create a man, right, that they no longer find attractive. He becomes a tool at that point. A tool that fixes their issues. That's when you see women looking outside. That's when you see women fantasizing about different men. Because they absolutely killed, right? With their own hands, they killed the attraction that they could have had for their man. The second secret that all women keep from men is that manipulation is 10 times worse in a long-term relationship. Now, a lot of men go into long-term relationships or marriages thinking that is the end, right? That is the bus stop. Now they can walk into the sunset and live happily ever after. But that, my friends, is not the case, right? The manipulation is worse in a long-term relationship because she now has more understanding of who you are as a man. She understands your loopholes. She understands your weaknesses, your strengths, likes, dislikes. She understands so much about you that manipulating you is way easier than it has ever been, right? Before the marriage, whatever manipulative tactics she used was just generic manipulative tactics that girls apply on every guy. But when you guys get into a long-term relationship, right, she knows you, now she has specific, well-structured manipulative tactics for you specifically, right? Let's say I was married, right? I'm married. And my wife knows I'm a YouTuber. I have 200 videos talking about dating, talking about women. All she has to do, and she will do this too, is go through all my videos, right, to learn how I think and understand how I think and try to reverse engineer it and use it against me. Now, use it against me, does that mean she's evil or she's bad? No, she's not evil. It is just that men haven't put it through their head that women don't think the way we do. You guys go into relationships and relax. Women don't relax in relationships or in marriages. They might relax physically, they're no longer taking care of themselves or something. But when it comes to this doesn't rest. They are thinking 24/7 of how to have the upper hand. Does that mean they hate you? No. It means they are survival creatures. They are built to thrive and survive, put themselves and their kids in the best possible situation for survival. So what that means is you will always be a means to an end. Even though you did a relationship or you did marriage and you're looking at her as, oh, my baby, my baby, my baby, which is cute. You can look at your girl as my baby, but always keep your head on a swivel. Understand that you're generally always going to be a means to an end. So if you are a means to an end, the least that you can do is at least put yourself in a position where you're getting the things you want out of the relationship. Do you get what I'm saying? As a guy, for real. Because if you are not getting the things you want out of that relationship or marriage or whatever, then you're basically a slave and you don't even know it. Let's say she goes through all my videos and she begins to understand who I am as a person. She understands how I'm thinking. She's like, oh, really? I can use this against him, right? It no go work. I'm using myself specifically. Why it will not work on me is because everything I say on this channel is basically who I am. When I come out and say work on your looks, work on your physique, work on your dressing, I am talking based on things that I actually do, and that's how I actually live, right? I won't talk about hitting the gym and not hit the gym. I won't talk about working on your body and not work on your body, right? I won't talk about working on your dressing and not work on your dressing. And that is exactly why this video is sponsored by The Kesh Shop. The Kesh Shop has been my go-to store for the best and latest urban fashion trends for a while now because of their attention to detail when it comes to the fit and fabric used in their clothes. My personal best among their collection has to be their Ross Polo t-shirts, their Pain t-shirts, their Kem Polo, and their Garm Cloud t-shirts. These are but a handful amongst a wide range of options in t-shirts, long shirts, overshirts, jackets, linen pants, jade Birkenstock, jade side bags, cargo shorts, and so much more. To take your clothing game to the very next level, click on the first link in the description or in the comment section. Use the discount code EYECHAP, EYECHAP, and get 10% off on whatever clothing you choose. You need to understand that once you get into a long-term relationship, all your weaknesses are now very vivid to her. So if you're not a rock solid man, if you're not rock solid in a certain way of life, right, she will break you. She will get into your head, right? The little manipulative tactics, she will attack you and she'll get into your head. It's kind of like, who watches UFC? Like, who watches UFC? If you know Khabib, right? Khabib is the greatest, to me, right? Is the greatest lightweight that has ever competed in the sports. Everybody who fought him 6 months before they fought already knew his game plan. Khabib is going to walk into the octagon, he will take you down and he will maul you. Period. They all knew and none of them could stop him. Because you can know you can know how somebody thinks, you can have in-depth knowledge about them. But if that thing you know about them is truly who they are, like that's the fabric of who they are, then you can't win. You can't defeat their mind. What I am trying to tell you is, if you understand that women, even in long-term relationships, are still going to try and poke you, they're going to try to get the upper hand because they are bad. No, they're not bad, but because they are creatures that they are creatures of thriving and surviving. That's how women operate, right? You as a man is a means to their survival. If you know this now, then you have to make yourself as strong mentally and physically as you can be, and emotionally, I mean. You have to make yourself as strong mentally and emotionally as you can be. You have to be a very stoic individual. If she cannot get to controlling your emotions, then she can't really do anything. For real, gaslighting a man is a way to control his emotions, right? Withdrawing sex is a way to control. Like, there's so many things they do that if your emotions are very stable, right? I'm not saying stable in the sense that you don't have feelings. You have feelings. You just know how to use them. You know how to convert them to other things, right? If you get to that point, then what can she do again? Do you get what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if she knows so much about you, or in my case, if she has watched all your videos. It doesn't change anything. If you are so grounded in who you are, you have emotional and mental strength and mental control, it not get what she want to do. And like I said, it is this thing I'm telling you doesn't mean girls are bad. Don't go and get like her, because if you're very young, if you're like 21 or 20, you might start looking at it from a very like negative lens. But that's not the case. Men and women are not the same. We are different creatures. It's like getting mad at a lion because it's carnivorous or something. You get a lion bad animals. No, they're not bad animals. They're just carnivores. Do you get what I'm saying? Men have their, it's kind of like a woman getting mad when she hears that a man can sleep with 10 women and not care about them. And then she's like, well, oh, you guys are always using that as an excuse to cheat. Women can do it too. Chill. Control your breathing. There's differences between both genders. You feel me? And that's just what I'm trying to explain here. The third dark secret that all women hide from men is that marriage is not a sign of love. Oh, this one. The fact is, right, and from everything I've explained, I'm sure you've come to understand it. Marriage for both genders is a means to an end, right? But it is higher on the probability list, higher, that a man ends up with a woman that he genuinely loves. That's why I said higher because it is not always the case. Because men as well can marry based on just duty, right? I'm telling you that it is way more probable than when a man looks at his wife, he's like, yeah, I love that woman. And the woman looks at her man and she's like, that's my husband. And you can get mad at this all you want, but it's just how it is, right? There's so many signifiers of love, from sacrifice, from giving, right? From breaking rules for you, right? Not marriage. Marriage is beautiful, right? Marriage is the union upon which the society is built, right? And it is very important. But it is not a sign of love. Now, women might paint the picture that that's how it is. And if I was a woman, I think I'll do the exact same thing. Like, it is, why not? You get, it would be stupid not to paint that picture for a man. If I was a woman, right? Jesus Christ, I would sell that dream. Like, I would sell it. You feel me? So, it is actually the pragmatic thing to do. But I'm telling you now, as your bro, right, that there's so many signifiers that a woman is really into you. But none of them is marriage. marriage doesn't really mean it doesn't mean love in any way, bro. Like, it doesn't. That is why if you are in a relationship, right, there are many signs that your girl shows you, and you know that she's really, like, she actually cares about you, right? Or she likes you, or she loves you. Sacrifice is one of the biggest ones. It's kind of like, if, okay, let's say you guys want to go on a trip, right, and the trip costs 1M, right? You guys are both working, right? You're the man, so you're going to lead, right? But if you tell your girl, I'm bringing 900k for this trip, you go bring like 100k or 50k, you feel me, to augment for me, and she's willing to do it. That's a girl who is, she has bought into you, she has bought into your stock. If the money day and she's not willing to bring even 5 to 10%, that's a very bad sign. Now, it doesn't confirm that she doesn't love you or something, but that's a sign that she probably doesn't. She probably doesn't. It is things like that that count. Going out of your way, right, to do something for somebody, right, is one of the biggest signs of care, of love. It's not just, not be by mouth, not be by I love you, not be by, it's not by marriage, you feel me? It is genuine sacrifice. Nobody asks if women love their kids because of the sacrifice that they go through for their kids. It's so obvious. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's not about marriage. Do you get what I'm saying? Marriage is a transaction, and it is not even a modern day thing, because people almost say, oh, back in the day, that's not how it was. What are you talking about? Have you guys read anything about history? The only thing you can really say about marriage back in the day compared to now is that there was more like longevity, in the sense that couples were willing to tough it out and make sure it worked out, right? But if you want to tell them that, oh, before marriage was about true love, now it's not, it's a lie, bro. It has generally always been transactional. Very few people are able to end up with the people that they truly love, like, in their hearts. Very few people, and even fewer women, right? For a man, there's a high probability that he ends up with a woman he loves. For a woman, it's not that high. I'm telling you right now. And this is how it has been. This is not a modern day thing. This is how it has been. Marriage doesn't signify love. If you liked the video, hit the like button. Don't forget to pick up a thing or two from the Cash Shop. First link in the description. First link in the comment section as well. Support them, support me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. You go be.